never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine, or that people ain't happy.
Hi guys, this is a Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku was from a Sealed Off Universe Part 4. Now, before we start our story, we're going to just go a brief information about a couple names and a couple attacks that I'm changing the name of it at least. Now for Deku's balance ball name will stay the same. Instead of calling it his death beams, I'll just call them balance beams because it's easier that way. And he's able to do a balance supernova as well. Same with the death ball, so there's that. Now the princess name, sorry, give me a second. Now the same princess's name is going to be Luna. And the Saiyan queen is going to be called Jade. I'm taking this name from a suggestion from one of the comments down, I think, on the last episode, but I'm not totally sure. Don't remember, but I think that what that was. Now, I'm changing Izuku's look of his quirk when he transforms. This is what Izuku's going to look like. I couldn't find like a green one, so we'll just go as blue. So that's what he looks like in his transformation state. As we cut to the scene, as soon as she cuts communication with Izuku, as the queen sits on her chair, as she has her finger against her forehead, as Luna's been kind of shocked. Mother, how is this possible? How can a human change into a frost demon? And how is Cooler involved? It's not, daughter. I don't have all the information. We're missing something. Now I know how big of a threat he really is. And if that monster is able to create more of him, it's the end of our species. You feel that, daughter? Yes, mother. It's faint. It can't be. It's Vex. As Vex is breaking the atmosphere, going on the planet where they're hiding, they're pretty close to Mina's planet, home planet. So they weren't very far. They're in hiding right now because of Cooler and his empire. As Princess Luna runs out the front door, or the front of the building, goes where the pod's going to land. As the pod opens, as she stumbles out, as she picks herself up, as Princess Luna helps her up, as she's like, where's the queen? As the queen meets Vex, as Vex kneels, my queen, I have failed. As she's holding her side, as she's beat, like, pretty badly. She wasn't beat by the end of her life, near the end of her, she wasn't brought to the end of her life, or she would have got a Zenkai boost. So there's that. No, yeah, because she's strong, so Izuku didn't take it that far. Give me a second. Right, Vex, my general. I'm full of the situation. It's not your fault. We went in half-cocked. I didn't get all the information before we acted. We should have gathered intel like I originally planned to. Daughter, get her some medical care. Come on, Vex. Let's get you patched up. As Vex and Luna walk to get to the medical area, the healing pods, as several soldiers come running towards the queen as they kneel, Your Majesty, we have news. As she proceed, we've lost contact from our people in Sector 9. This is not good. How long? For almost a day now. Very well. What about the camera fees? There's some. We're still trying to connect to their scouters. They're using older models. Oh, I see. If I remember right, I sent. What if I remember right, I sent low-class warriors in that sector. Yes, Your Majesty. Very well. Send some higher-class warriors to scan the area and see the situation and see what's going on and where are my people at, and report back, but do not engage. Go. As all the several Saiyans run off to get some warriors as they get ready to blast off. As you have a couple hours pass, as several Saiyan pods start flying off, going to sector, I think it was called Sector 9, I think I called it? Yeah, Sector 9. As you have about 3 Saiyans flying at the planet, we need to hurry. Their key signature just dropped. We need to look at our rest of our team. As they're flying, what do you think what happened, Commander? I don't know. Whoever it is gonna die. Simple as that. Our queen's already on edge with the cooler empire progressing and gathering new territory. And some sort of rumor of a human in their ranks. I've heard some scary stuff. But I highly but I highly but it can't be true. A human? Come on, guy. Come on. If it was a Saiyan, I could see that. Then we'd be in trouble with a human. I I highly doubt it. As they land, as they see the rest of his squad dead, one survive. Sir, as he's coughing up blood, run! He's too powerful. What do you mean, soldier? As he finally dies. Damn it. As a beam energy ball gets thrown at the Saiyans, as they notice the power signature, as all 3 of them scatter, as suddenly the two as suddenly the Saiyans get attacked. As the leader of the unit gets grabbed by the head, as he gets dived, thrown into the ground, as this mysterious figure throws an energy ball, vaporizing the 2 Saiyans instantaneously. Now, short pause. This is not a Majin. It kind of looks like a Majin, but it's not. Well, in this story, it's not a Majin. It's a, They look similar to Majins, but yeah, it's not a Majin in this story. I'm not going to implement Majins this early into the story, so much later. As he's a small, brief story. He's a survivor of his people, the Saiyans destroyed. So yeah, he has some issues with Saiyans. As he has the Saiyan by the head, picks him up, throws him. As he's walking towards the Saiyan, as the Saiyan's like, "Who the hell are you? You really don't remember my species, do you? You've massacred my whole people. I'm gonna do the same to your kind as you did to mine." As the Saiyan goes in for a punch, as he ducks, as he uppercuts him and kicks him side head, as he's go flying, as he peers in back of him, he appears in his flight where he's got thrown back, as he grabs the back of his head, knees him a couple times, as he tosses him aside, as he floats up. "Don't worry, I'll be seeing your queen soon enough. You'll join her in the afterlife. The rest of your disgusting species. None of you will survive. Vengeance will be mine." As he throws an energy ball in the air, as he flies away, as it explodes, as the thing gets up, as he's killed instantly, as the planet's gone. As he's out of the atmosphere, as he goes to the next area. Let's not say the whole planet destroyed, but it's, near destruction. As his species doesn't need to breathe air, so they're able to breathe in space. As he's flying, he's just like, "No matter where you hide, Saiyans, I'll find you and kill you all. And anyone that gets in my way." As a day has passed, as a group of the Saiyans that left came back, as they handed her all their scouters. As she's report, "My queen, our people are dead. They were massacred on the planet, and the planet very unstable. It most likely explode by now." "Very well. I want the footage off the scouters now." As they all run up to get the footage, as the low class warriors turn off the camera on it, that's because, they weren't thinking straight. So it did record everything. It says they didn't turn the receiver on for it to transfer the footage. After each mission, the scouter records it, regardless if it's being watched at home base or not. It stores the recording every mission, and they uploaded it, and they erase it after the first mission, after they stored it in their civilians database. So that's how that works. As we cut some time as happened, or has passed, we cut to Izuku and the Queen and Mina. Give me a second. I want to say thank you, Izuku, for all your help, for your assistance in rebuilding our city, and for defending my planet and my people. As Izuku's like, "No problem, my queen." And she's like, "You don't need a bow. You're royalty as well. So such formalities don't need be needed. Don't you agree, daughter?" "Yes, mother. Such formalities does not matter at this point objector of time." As Mina looks at Izuku, "But I am truly, but I am thankful as well. I don't want to see my people being slaughtered like I've seen so many other, since I've, uh, so much what I've heard of other races being victimized and eradicated, either by un by their um their civilization imploding on each other, or from outside forces. As they're watching a construction of a building being built, as the kids are not really paying attention to what they're doing, as a couple kids are goofing off near the building they're being constructed, as a support beam came loose as it's about to fall on the kids, as the one of these Izuku men's like, "Hey, Brat, watch out!" As Izuku disappears, as he catches the beam, as he tosses it, "Soldier, come here." As he comes over to Izuku, "You need to be more careful. You could have hurt this young girl over here. If this happens again, I will discipline you. I'll discipline you personally." As he gulps, "Yes, sir." As the girl's crying, as Mina sees this, so does the queen. Izuku bends down to her eye level, as she's like, "Are you right, little one?" As she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." As she's scared, as Izuku ruffles her hair, "Don't worry, you're fine now. You shouldn't play with your friends so close to the destruction site. It's quite dangerous for kids your age. Why don't you run along?" As she's like, "Thank you, mister. There's no problem, little girl." Shoo. As she plays off, as she runs off and plays, as Izuku walks back over Mina and the queen, as the queen's surprised, as Mina's like, "Huh, so you do have a soft side to you." As Izuku looks at her weird, as she's like, I do a lot of things, but I'm not a bad guy. It was just a kid. I was gonna let some kid die. I was gonna let a child die in front of me. I'll be disciplining. I'll be making sure this won't happen again, Your Majesty." And she's like, "No, it's quite alright. I'm more confident in this new alliance than ever before. You showed me today that not only you will protect us, you also will protect, you protected one of my own kind. Even though you didn't have to. Of course, Your Majesty, like I said, I wasn't gonna let some kid die in front of me. I don't condone. I do not like kids dying." Izuku's talking with the princess and the queen as he stops in mid sentence. As the queen's, "What is it, Izuku?" "Oh, nothing. Father's here." "Alright, soldiers. Get in line. Father is here." As the ship comes flying down, hovers down. As the ship doors open, as several soldiers pop up, come out of the ship, as you have Cooler walking down, as Izuku's men's all in formation, and right behind Cooler, Inko. As Inko runs past Cooler, goes over to Izuku and hugs him. "There's my darling boy. So how you been? I missed you." As, "Are you injured at all?" As she's like, "Are you injured?" "Jesus, Mom, not in front of the men." "Shut up, son. You're my baby boy. Of course I'm gonna make sure you're right." "I'm fine, Mom. I had some little trouble. I had some people entertain me for a while, but nothing I can handle." "Mother, I would like to introduce you to the Queen and her daughter, Princess Mina." Inko bows. As she bows, "It's nice to meet you. I am Inko. I am his mother." And goes over to Inko. As she greets her, It's really nice to meet you, Inko. Your son has been doing quite well, helping us." "Ah, yeah, I kind of banged that in his head to act a certain way, and always follow up with a deal. I'm glad, I'm glad my son's doing the right thing here." "And what exactly you're getting at, Mother? You're talking like I'm always destroying people or destroying cities." As Inko's like, do I really need to bring up certain incidents? Fine, Mom. You win. As Izuku walks past Inko, as she's talking with the princess and the queen, just get what Izuku's been doing around here. Being a mother. As Izuku kneels, Father, I'm glad you came. As he's like, you've done well, my boy. Very well. I heard from the reports that you had trouble with some of our old men and their fates. Yes, Father, they chose to be treacherous. I had to remove them like a disease. Very good indeed. I've taught you well. Now I must, now I must meet with an old friend. You please excuse me, son. Your Majesty, it's been a while. As he, as the Cooler gives a gesture bow. Oh, Cooler, it's been a while. I've seen you've been busy. Didn't realize your planet was such a state. I'm definitely, I'm definitely fortunate that I told my son to come here. It was a very smart move on my part. As the Queen's like, indeed, he has been much help. We had some intruders not that long ago. Intruders? As he's like, I mean, it's like, it was, I think there were Saiyans. Saiyans did, ah. You didn't mention that, son. My apologies, Father. They came after I contacted you, so I had no way to recontact you while you were in hyperspace. Very well, son. So did he kill him? Um, all of them except for one. Apparently she was some sort of royal guard or high-class warrior. Huh. So you did pretty well against a high-class warrior. Your training is going along very well. As Nina has mentioned something to her mother that she wants to do, but she's going to bring it up later. As the queen's like, let's go back to our palace. It's probably not appropriate to discuss such matters here. As Clover's like, very well. Come, Inko. As Inko follows Cooler, so does Izuku. As Mina's talking to Izuku, as Inko sees that, so does Cooler. As Inko's like, they're getting along pretty well. Cooler's like, surprisingly, the boy's never been good with people. Good at fighting, but not so social skills. Unlike myself. As Inko's like, hi, you literally just said that. People skills is not your strong point, Cooler. As they like to tease each other. That goes on for a while. As when they get back to the palace, as they get into a room, as Cooler's looking over the, what do we call it, the treaty, he's like, very nice, very nice. Everything seems up to order. I looked over, my son has passed over the old agreement, and my father, what he pulled was very greedy of him. There's no reason to milk someone's called. There's no reason to milk what do you call it? Give me a second here. You should never bleed out a promising ally like that with such methods. As they go and talk about certain things, as several hours went by, as they discuss everything, as the queen, I do have a suggestion, if you wouldn't mind, Cooler. Cooler's like, very well, go ahead. In this universe, Cooler is a lot more diplomatic, so he's not like the whole movie canon Cooler. He has his moments, but yeah, he's a lot more diplomatic. He's a lot more good for the he's a lot more better ruled than his father. And she's like, my daughter wishes to see, the universe. And normally I wouldn't, but But she wants to travel with your son. And it would do the girls some good to see outside of the palace in this planet. As Cooler is like, that's not a bad idea. Izuku. Yes, father. You haven't chose a second, have you? No, father. You have kept that vacant. I think it's time you fill that position. As Izuku's, what do you mean, father? Princess Mead over here. She'll be your second. Do you have a problem with that? As Mina is happy, she smiles. As he's like, no, father, I have no issues with that suggestion. It's. I approve of it. As he's like, very well, son. I want you to investigate this planet. I've heard some disturbing things. It's very unstable, so be careful. I want to observe what happened there. That planet was. The people there was nearly wiped out. Yes, father. And bring your second. Leave in, let's say not right away. Leave in, give the princess enough time to say her goodbyes. About a couple days. Yes, father. As Izuku goes off, Mina, come. Would you, princess, would you accompany me? As Mina's like, well, what for, Izuku? I want to judge your power scale. I want to judge how powerful you are. We need to go to the open area. As they go, as Izuku puts a scout around, as he's like, now power up to your max. As she does, as he's like, that's a lot more, you're a lot more powerful than I thought you were going to be. It will make a lot of it will make the training a whole lot easier. As she's like, training? What do you mean? As considering you're gonna be my second command. Yeah, yeah, that's what Cooler said. Emperor Cooler said, yes. And as my second command, I gotta make sure you're powerful enough. So I'll be training you from now on. Our training won't start until we're out in space. There's a planet on our way there. It'll be good training. It'll be good training. As they go their separate ways for the rest of the time. As she says goodbye to her mother. As some time pass. It's been like let's say 4 days. And she's like, "You're ready to go, daughter?" "Yeah, mother. I'm ready. Take care of yourself." "I will, mom. I know you always wanted to do this, so I'm giving you this, and you'll be safe with Izuku. He seems like a good lad for being Cooler son and all." "Mom, you just what? You don't trust the Cooler Empire?" "No, I don't trust. It's not I don't trust him, but I know not to be fooled by the niceness of a freezer race, of a frost demon. They're very vicious. They're very they're a very vicious species. Just be careful." But I don't think you'll have a problem with Izuku. Izuku seems to fond of you quite well. I mean, it's like, shut up, mom. All right, I'm gonna get going. I'll contact you when I can. As her mother hugs her as she gets onto the ship, as she doesn't want to sit, as Izuku tells her to sit to her area. As Izuku already said bye to his mom and his father, Cooler, they already left. So, sit here, Mina. This is my second command station. You just have to keep you're pretty good at bossing people around, being the princess and all, so you used to feel right at home being my second. Now, men, From this on forward, the Princess Mina will be the second command. Whatever orders she says, you might as well, they're orders from me. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Good. Let's get to our mission. As they blast off, and we're going to stop it there. Yeah, that's a good stopping point. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time since. Alright, bye.